My secret weapon for historical research for metal detecting and artifacts on your computer. Welcome to Digging with Deej. Today's video is going to be on a new secret weapon for your research arsenal. And I use this for so many things. I use it to research artifacts. I use it to research names that I found on plat maps, histories of towns, you name it. So, what I've done is I've gone and I have typed in 1908 Michigan Gazetteer online. And this is the results. And you try to find one that's free to look at. They're not all free. Some are available on Google Books, which is a good site, and those generally are good pictures, good images. But this, for today's video, I'm going to use Trust. So we're going to go there. Okay. And what I want to do is I want to research this bottle, which I'm not exactly sure if it's a soda or a beer, but I'm going to try to find information about this bottle. It says P.H. Kling, BRC Company, Detroit, Michigan, pure and without drugs or poisons, registered. And my grandson and I found this earlier in the week. And it's like 7/8 of a bottle. It's broken, but I kept it. I filed it down to make the bottom edge smooth, and so that it would stand up until I can find a whole one. But we're going to research that today. So, every gazetteer is set up differently. Depends on the publisher. This is published by, let's see, I think Polk. Yeah, R.L. Polk. Okay, so we're going to find the index. And some pages are nice and some aren't. Here's the general index. That first page is yuck. There's a good page. So let's look at this. So this is the general index. And it's got all kinds of information. Anywhere from a geological survey to insane asylums. And the page numbers that they're on are listed. And if there's, for instance, let's see, let me find something. Grand Army of the Republic, Department of Michigan. It might possibly give you a history on that organization. Gazetteer and alphabetical directory. When you type in perhaps a landowner name up here in this search box and hit it, more than likely, if they weren't a business owner, you will find them in this gazetteer and alphabetical directory. But your search may, if they are a business owner, show up here and in other areas. So let's, okay, I want to get through this. Here's an index to advertisements, and these are advertisements that are printed in this book, and they're listed alphabetically by town. So you got Adrian, Alba, Albion, and so forth. Okay, we're going to get through that. Now here we have and index to advertisements a list of prominent and successful men in Michigan. And this is listed by the occupation or the type of business. Accountants, addresses and mailing, advertising agents, barrel manufacturers, you name it, you'll find the type of business in this section. Okay, so the name on this bottle is P.H. Kling. So we're going to do a search for this last name, K-L-I-N-G, find. And here you have every time that the name Kling shows up in this book. Okay, so we'll go to the first one, 746. Okay, so we have Kling, August P. No, we're looking for PH. Josephine, Kurt, PH. Kling, PH Brewing Company. And all the people that I just mentioned are all part of this company. They all hold titles. Josephine is president. August is vice president. Kurt is secretary and treasurer. And then it says it's at address 1424 to 1428 Jefferson Avenue. Their telephone number is Main 264. And it says see top edge and page 1937A. So my guess would be that's an advertisement for it. So let's go to 1937. Okay. Do 1937. Hit go. That's a different one, looks like. Here we go. 1937A, so that must be the ad number. Brewers and Bottlers Department. That's the publisher of the book. And the ad says, Drink Prost. A beer for guest and host. There it is, P.H. Kling Brewing Company, Detroit, Michigan. So that would be cool to print that out and maybe frame it to go next to your whole bottle for part of, this is just part of the research. There's a lot more that can be done on the internet about this. Okay, let's go back to the search on the previous page because there were much more information. Let's see, page 112. What's that say? Something about the brewing company. Is it going to go? There it goes. Okay. So this would be in the section of different types of business. There's brass founders and finishers, brewers and bottlers, Kling, PH Brewing Company, Detroit, and it mentions that same ad again. For instance, this is a different Kling. It's listing several of them. Page 1210. Okay. See, at the top here, this is in Ionia. So we're looking for Kling, that name that we searched for. There's an Albert J. Kling, barber. This time it does not have an address, which is unusual. But you'll see teacher, stonemason, Henry Krieger, proprietor of the Bismarck Choice Wines, Liquors, and Cigars Sample Room. And then it has his address. Here's a Burt Lampkin, Clothing. Marion Leduc, Dressmaker. So this is a good way to find out or confirm what you found in census records, because census records are only as good as the person giving the information. They are not foolproof. I found this. I've done 40 some years of genealogy research. It all depends on who gave the information. So this is good information. It's solid information. You know, it's not hearsay. So it's a great tool to have in your arsenal. Okay, now we're going to search. Say we want to search and find some history out about a town. So we're going to go in the search box. We'll choose a smaller town like Owasso. Find. Okay, and this is every time Owasso comes up in this book. So we're looking for something that might say something about the history. Here we go. Let's try 1579. So you can also search for towns. You know, not just people's names. And here's Owasso. The city's manufacturing interests are extensive. Among the more prominent are furniture factories, iron and engine works, boiler works, casket factory, flour mills, brick and tile works, spoke, handle, table, screen door, mattresses, and carriage manufacturers, amongst others. And then it will list all the companies. Okay, so that's another way you can get information on a town. Now, let's change the search. We're going to do flour. We're just going to type in the word flour. You don't have to do mills, I don't think. We'll try it and see what happens. Trying to find the index for the flour mills. Try that one. Flour mills. Okay. Let's go back to the page before that. 2615. There's florists. Flour. That's not a very good page. So this was the best page. But what you do is, it doesn't look alphabetical. Let's see. I have, pardon the shaking here. But some of them, like Sheboygan Flour Mill. See page 547. This is a list of all the flour mills in the state. Detroit, go to the next page. Well, let's see, in the town that I work in, that's Ortonville, so go to the next page. And, oh, Ortonville, Sweers and Wilders, Ortonville. That's the only flour mill listed in Ortonville. That's the town I work in. Owasso, which we were just researching. There's two in Owasso. Owasso Central Mills and Owasso City Mills. So this is another way to search for, perhaps you found on a plat map something that says flour mill. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully it will be a great tool for you to add to your research arsenal. Even though I didn't find this exact bottle, I did find more information out about this bottling company. And I'm sure with more research, I might be able to find out more information about this particular bottle. In the past, for instance, last fall, I did a collaboration with Michigan man Floyd at my 1880 Victorian farm, and he found a beautiful token. And it didn't have the store name on it, but it had the proprietor's name, you know, the store owner's name on it. And we went, you know, he drove back across the state, and I went home and I got to work researching it, and we discovered that it was a store that was in a town nearby where we were metal detecting, and found out more information. And the farther back that we went with different years of gazetteers, you know, the more information we found. So it can be a great tool. So don't fret the next time you got a rainstorm or bad weather, you know, snow, or it's just too hot to go out and detect. Utilize that time researching. You know, research the names on those plat maps. You know, find out more information about the property owners. That'll give you a clue maybe as to what you might find, you know, on that particular parcel. You know, if it's a mill site, it will probably tell you the name of the mill, or possibly it might give you the owners of the mill's names. So it's just a great research tool. You know, it'll give you an idea. What might I find there? You know, maybe there'll be tokens for that mill. What was the name of the mill? So that you'll know when you find that token, if you find it, it's probably to the mill site. So it's a good tool to try to possibly, no guarantees, give you an idea of what kind of artifacts you'll find on a site. But I use it for everything from site research to artifact research. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.